Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we are going to talk about 7 growth hacking examples that you can learn from. So, Neil, what is growth hacking example number 1?
Sure, Dropbox. Back in the day, Dropbox tried pay-per-click to acquire more users. The amount it would cost them to acquire a user, and I don't know the exact amount, I've done a presentation on this in the past, but it was hundreds of dollars, right? It was somewhere in the few $100 range. Dropbox makes on average $60 in revenue per user, assuming they're paying. The problem with that is if someone's paying $60, it doesn't mean $60 is a profit. It just means they drive $60 in revenue. You can't pay 3 or 4 years to make up the cost of revenue. The numbers just don't make sense. So what Dropbox did is they did a referral program. The more people you refer that sign up and use Dropbox, the more free storage you get. And eventually a lot of people end up upgrading like me. I hated it, but I have no choice but to upgrade at this point.
And number 2 is Airbnb's growth story. So basically what they did got people to post on Craigslist, right? So, basically they said, hey, by the way, reposting your listing from Airbnb to Craigslist increases your earnings. So that was kind of their growth hack, right? They wanted to leverage Craigslist because Craigslist has, a ton of users on it and people are looking for rentals all the time. So in the early days, this is what they did to leverage Craigslist. And I'm not sure if Craigslist had an API. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Neil, if you know this. But I think they leveraged that API too. But, at the very least, what they did was, and I guess this is using the API to encourage people to share to Craigslist as well. So that's number 2. That's Airbnb's Craigslist growth hack.
So number 3, SemRush. A lot of people a lot of companies want people to just sign up and pay for their tool. What SemRush did was they did a little, here's a free version, put in a URL, get started, use the app. And then if you like it, you can upgrade. They limit you on how many free uses you get per day, but it's a great way to get people to keep coming back, already know what they're going to get before they buy it. So the churn decreases that way. And it was a really smart move because it's like, hey, try it out. And if you look at their growth, as Eric mentioned in previous podcasts, they've been exploding. And the reason being is they'll let you play with the product and use it to some extent for free. Best of all, you don't have to put in a name, email, or password. You can just use it for free.
All right. Number 4 is Hotmail. So back in the day, I actually used to use Hotmail. This is like in the 90s. Hotmail was, the thing before Gmail. And what they did to grow, I think one of their investors actually pressed them to do this. But, at the very bottom of, your email, it said, sent from Hotmail. So they have a link saying sent from Hotmail. And that's what attributed their growth to, and correct me if I'm wrong here if you know, but I think it was up to 500 million users or something like that. But that was the main thing because people are like, what's this Hotmail thing? And more people started to pick it up. And nowadays, when you have free email, you're going to see that there's a link from, a lot of these other free email services that basically copied what Hotmail did. And they eventually sold to Microsoft.
So number 5, HubSpot. One thing that HubSpot did that was cool was they're a content marketing machine. You see how they're just cranking out a ton of posts, and that drives a lot of signups. Now, most people believe content marketing is the best form of lead generation in B2B, and some even believe in B2C. But what HubSpot did that was really creative was they also decided to start creating free tools. They have a website grader, they have an email signature generator, and they eventually ended up learning that you can generate more emails and leads through these tools at a much lower cost than you can from producing content. And that's one of the big growth strategies that HubSpot is using. And it's more cost efficient than creating content by far.
All right. Number 6 is PayPal's case study. So what they did was with every sign up, they started to give away $20 initially. When things started getting really good, they reduced it to $10 and then $5 and then eventually nothing. But this was incentivizing people to actually start using PayPal. So, that's how they grew into the juggernaut that they are today. And then they sold, I think eBay owns them, right?
eBay ended up owning them and then they spun out to being their own, quote unquote company, and it's publicly traded.
Yep. There you go.
Number 7, if you look at a lot of startups, they create a ton of press to grow. And the press works out quite well. Back in the day when you got on TechCrunch, it helped. But something creative that I've seen that a lot of companies are doing to generate more and more signups, they'll create press. And the press nowadays doesn't generate as many signups as it used to. But what's really creative is nowadays people are taking Facebook paid traffic and Google paid traffic. They're sending it to the pages that write amazing, or like the websites like TechCrunch that have written an amazing post about them, talking about why this app or this company is revolutionary, everyone should sign up, etc. And because these sites have so much authority, people are following through and signing up for the services or products, or even buying them, right? Let's say if it's like a juicery or whatever it may be. So by sending traffic to your press articles, you'll find that your cost per click isn't as bad compared to just sending them to your landing pages where you're just trying to get them to sign up. And then from there, a portion of those people will click through and buy. Your conversion rates are typically higher. And from what I've been seeing over the last years, you can generate more sales from that than if you just took the Facebook traffic and you directly sent it to your website. Now, granted, this only works if the site that has covered you is an amazing authoritative site and the article is well written and it plugs you quite a few times and they're having raving reviews and telling everyone that you ought to sign up.
All right, so that's 7 growth hacking examples that you can learn from. But before we go, we do have another giveaway for you. So this is a 1-year annual subscription to Olark, which is a useful chat tool that you can use to drive more conversations and conversions for your business. So all we need to do to get in on this giveaway is to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, and then text Marketing School, that's one word, Marketing School, to 33444 to prove that you did it. And we will see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.